the oldest living woman in the world, said that life is a punishment. A fucking punishment. I am tired. I don't want to work. Sue me. I hate hustle culture. Why should I have to hustle if I'm already working? Why doesn't my job just pay me livable wages? It is I, Mayaya. Somebody suggested that I start calling my fan base haters when I blow up, but why blow up? Why not just call you haters now? Cause I'm a hater. I won't deny it, I won't deny it. I am a hater. For the right reasons? I don't know. Life kinda sucks. Tell me otherwise. Tell me otherwise. Is it filled with flares of happiness and joy occasionally? Occasionally. Life. One big happy mess, am I right? I was unsure about what to talk about today because, I don't know. There is a lot to talk about. Sometimes I don't know where to start. Today I was like, should I talk about depression? Should I talk about how depressed I am? Does anybody want to hear me talk about depression? Am I the only person depressed? Do people care that I'm depressed? I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. You know, if you would like me to talk about things more than others, let me know in the comments. If you would like me to stop talking about certain things.
Well, that's a different story, but
I can definitely talk about certain things less than others. I'm open to suggestions. If there's something you would like me to talk about, let a bitch know, okay? Don't hesitate. Let a bitch know. I saw in my last video, I don't know if the comment was deleted or not, but for some reason it wasn't showing up in the original comments, and I could only see it under analytics and stuff like that. I don't know what happened to the comment or to the commenter, but if you have something that you'd like to say in agreement or disagreement to my videos, this is a safe space. I'm always open to change. I'm so sorry. I'm always open to new ideas. I'm always open to learning. Life is a whole learning experience. As long as you have good reasons to back up your point of view, I'll more than likely agree with you. This is a safe space. Please feel free to share your opinions, even if it differs from mine. As long as you're not racist or homophobic or you just say dislike just because you don't like it, please feel free to comment. Like, this is a safe space. We don't learn from each other if we don't talk. Please leave your opinion. No problem on my end. Okay? Okay. Welcome to episode 4 of Closeted Thoughts. Closeted Thoughts. Might be too depressed to be talking about depression today. I don't even know if I am depressed, to be honest. This might be a little TMI, which is the name of my Instagram account, by the way. Maya.tmi. I never post, so it doesn't really matter. Follow me, don't follow me. But yeah, this might be too much information, but I've not wanted to be around for a long time. My mom said when I was born, I had my eyes open wide, I was looking around. I didn't cry or anything, so they were concerned that there was something wrong with me. I don't know, maybe since that point I looked around and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I here on this planet? What am I doing here? I can say that I haven't always been an optimist. I'm a rather pessimistic person. I will not lie. I am an open book. I don't care. I can be a bit of a pessimist sometimes, despite my sense of humor and my tendency to laugh at a lot of things that I probably shouldn't be laughing at. But hey, you know, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And that's my channel's whole first line, laughing so I don't cry. Because if you don't laugh, you will cry. People process trauma and they mourn in different ways. Not that I'm mourning. I guess it's more effective for me to get something out of it versus for me to just cry and break down and be sad. So I'm a bit of a sadist. I don't know, is it my fault? Is it not my fault? I don't mean to be, okay? But sometimes, like, shit that be upsetting tends to make me laugh. See, I'm laughing right now just thinking about somebody falling. I mean, I guess falls are a little funny. I don't know. I saw a comment the other day where somebody was like, why do we laugh at people falling? It's not funny. Humor is subjective. You find funny what you find funny. We don't want no dirt on this camera. I welcome all haters and dislikers who comment dislike for no reason. I don't know why. You just really wanted me to know that you didn't like the video. I don't care if you dislike it or not. The most of the problem is you're not offering anything constructive. Like, why did you not like the video? Why do you dislike it? But you're just gonna leave it up for me to guess? I don't understand what your point was, buddy, but I wish you peace. I wish you peace. I wish us all peace. Life can be miserable often. Life can be a headache. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I am tired. Tired of being. Tired of being. Yes. I'm tired of being here sometimes. I hate college. I don't want to go back. I am close to finishing up. I am so close to finishing up college. And I might not even proceed to finish it up. I'm also a bit of a nihilist. Did I say that right? Nihilist? Nihilist? I am a mess. I'm a mess, as you can see. Nihilists believe that the world is meaningless, that life has no meaning, which can be depressing to a lot of people. But I was depressed before that, so it wasn't really pushed on to me. I don't know, it kind of brought some freedom to my life. You know, most people get existential crises without thinking that life is meaningless, but when you hear it, it's certainly not good news to everybody. Life is meaningless. I mean, yes, but no. In the whole scheme of things, we are going to die. Anyways, everything is made up. The world was here before us. People like to emphasize humanity being this amazing miracle. And in a way it is, yes. I mean, it's amazing that life happened. It's amazing that I am sentient and I am here. But sentience is a curse. I will say that. There are some things that I wish I never do. Some things that I wish I could never process. And the fact that I know them and I can't do anything about them is probably why I'm depressed. Yeah. This is not a self-help video. This is not a how to not be depressed type of video. I'm just here to share how I've processed it for a mere 22 years. I've been like this for a long time, okay? Since I was like 5 and I was able to process what death meant. I used to often tell my mother that I wish I was never here. And then she would chase me around the kitchen table with a knife. And of course, the first time that happened, it scared the shit out of me. She thought she was doing something special by, I don't know, reverse psychology or something. She thought that chasing me around the goddamn kitchen table would change my mind. And I guess it did, temporarily. But then I came back like 3 or 4 times after that with the same outlook on life. I don't know, maybe it was my parents' fault that I ended up feeling this way. Maybe it was something in the home. Maybe my brain has always been this way, but I've always been a sad bitch. I've always been a sad bitch. Since I was 5, since my brain was able to process what death was. There are days where I'm like, do I have to be here? Why am I here? What is the point? I still haven't figured out what the point is yet, but, you know, I'm already here, so pain is not desirable to me, and so I will not be going anywhere, at least of my own choosing. Do y'all want me to get really controversial about all this shit? Let me know in the comments. Really, this is an open space. I will not judge you for how you feel about most things. Again, there are some things that are not debatable, like racism and homophobia, misogyny. But this is a safe space to share your ideas. We will not get anywhere if we do not talk to each other, if we do not speak, if we do not share ideas, if we do not communicate. Humanity is nothing without communication. Relationships are nothing without communication. Communication is very important. It's key to keeping us all together, all tied. It's key to keeping your relationship with your significant other moving strong. If you don't have communication, you have nothing. And communication is the first part in building a relationship, building trust with somebody. Please communicate in the comments if you want to, of course. I'm not telling you what to do. If you're free and you're happy just viewing this video as well, that's okay with me. I'm just happy you're here. I am just happy you are here. I don't even try to hit them notes. Well, I guess since I've already started talking about depression and nihilism. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get Google to tell me how to pronounce it because apparently I don't. Nihilism. Nihilism. I was very far off. This is what the internet exists for, so that I can fix how I pronounce things. Sorry for broken English. I grew up in the islands. It's not an excuse, but it's an excuse because that's just the way it is on the island, you know? We don't care about all that grammar and shit. We just talk. We just vibe. We just hang out. We make friends, you know what I'm saying? Nihilism. That sounds so much better, to be honest, than what I was pronouncing it as. Alright, let's get into it. I've been talking for too long. My apologies. Even though I'm just going to be talking more. Where the hell? Yes, nothing matters. but I'm a conscious human being with instincts and feelings just like anyone else. Just because nothing matters doesn't mean I can turn everything off somehow. Everyone here thinks so. Do you guys sit around like rocks? No, you have thoughts. You eat. If nothing matters, why not lie on the ground like a rock until you die? You guys want things right. Why would you do anything if you didn't want to? Most nihilists also seem to be under the impression we can't have opinions on anything, which that is in itself also an opinion. Nihilism is a philosophy. So at the end of the day, if you don't agree with it, then let it go. You don't have to subscribe to something that doesn't work for you. You do you. If you don't believe in it, that's okay. That's the problem with religion, because religion likes to tell you that if you don't believe in it, it's not okay. There are certain things like facts that don't really care about your beliefs or not. Do what works for you. If it's a belief system, if it's a philosophy, whatever fits your point of view best. Life is short. For some of us, it might feel longer. My favorite post was about this old lady, the oldest living woman in the world, said that life is a punishment. A fucking punishment. I thought it was so funny. People keep trying to tell me that life is a gift. And I mean, not everybody is upset. Not everybody is sad like me. Not everybody feels like life is a punishment. To each their own opinion. Rich kids can be born into a rich family and still be miserable dealing with abuse, neglect, and all those other horrible things that come with having shitty parents, a shitty family, a shitty environment. Rich kids don't always have it better. I mean, in the financial department, yes. And again, no, money will not make you happy. But because society puts so much emphasis on money, it'll definitely make a lot of my problems go away. Like for one, worrying about rent, worrying about food, worrying about healthcare. Money can solve those issues, so. Is money everything? No. Is money real? No. But as long as we have to participate in this god-awful society, money will be important. It doesn't have to be, but it is, if you want to participate in society. My dream is to be able to save up enough money, buy some land, build a house, and be able to live on just that. Grow some herbs and some food off of my own land, be able to live off of that. It might seem boring or trivial to some of you, and that's okay. I don't expect everybody to just want to live off their own land and not ever go grocery shopping ever again, but I wish life were simpler. We weren't meant to be working 9 to 5, going crazy and running back and forth and getting up every morning and just, as they call it, living the rat race. And some of you love to work, some of you find that fulfilling. That's okay. I just wish there was a way for some of us to be able to opt out of that if we're not for it, if that's not how we find fulfillment, you know? But society says no. We know what's best for you. You take it or you leave it. And go homeless or die, I guess. Yeah, sorry. Society said that's the best we got. Oh, you don't like it? Okay. Bye. Bye-bye. They mean homeless or you die. I mean, I guess there's an in-between. You could bust your ass off working for quote-unquote financial freedom. And some people will work towards that their whole entire lives and will never make it, which is motivating, right? I don't know if that even had anything to do with the post. I'm just thinking out loud. So even if nobody watches my videos, at least I'm getting therapy from talking to my phone. Love you, phone. Sadly, humans have the animal instinct to survive. It comes from a portion of the brain that many refer to as the lizard brain, monkey brain. You could refer to it as a primal instinct, something we have little control over. Some manage to overcome it, and they're not here anymore to refute your statement. Well, that just goes to show that the people that are here are in no position to tell a depressed person that nothing matters because they've also given in to primal instincts. I'm also aware I'm another human struggling with wanting to survive. That's why I said I can't just turn it off. Everything I've said still stands. I agree with that. Nothing matters, sure, but I still have desires and feelings that I act upon. Even though they are meaningless, ultimately the gratification is something to me as a living, breathing creature. We do have the animal instinct to survive. Even those of us who don't want to be here, some people who are wildly depressed, will not off themselves because that is a part of our instinct to survive. And those who attempt do fail sometimes. That's not worth it. I saw a post the other day. While I remember, Yes, I am back on Reddit. I was participating in the protest, but a CEO said he'd start getting rid of moderators. I guess Reddit is back up and running again, I don't know. People made a big deal about the whole situation. Like, the Reddit CEO isn't like all the other CEOs of all the other social media companies. It's kind of hard to say one is better than the other. You know, you either use social media or you don't, because they're all the same people at the end of the day. I don't know who Quora CEOs are. Quora is a questionable place, as you can see from my last video. It's all the same to me. So either I'm protesting or I'm not. Who am I to say that using Instagram right now would be better than using Reddit, if you catch my drift? I was gonna be like, oh, well, I guess I can't use Reddit anymore because we're protesting and blah, blah, blah. Nobody's protesting anymore, and for me to just be doing it on my own isn't going to fix anything. I have boycotted using the platform, been to no avail. People came back. It only would have worked if everybody was in on it, and most people were honestly kind of upset that these subreddits were closing down and blacking out. I don't know. But don't, my goodness, don't bash me, don't hate me. Okay, I figured, you know, hey, if I'm gonna be on Reddit, I might as well be making money from it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here making content. Appreciate you all for the support. But what was I getting on about? Oh yeah, there was a post that I saw on Reddit the other day about a lady who didn't want to have kids, but she was talking about how her instincts, her motherly instincts, were coming in at the age of 29, and how she was feeling really sad about not being able to be around children, even though she said, I'm stronger than my monkey brain. I'm stronger than my instincts, and I'm stronger than these behaviors that have been ingrained in me, to know that even though my body is feeling this way, I don't have to agree with it. Which I guess sounds kind of weird. If your instincts are telling you so badly that you need to do something, why not give in to it? At the end of the day, we all have instincts. We all have behaviors. There are some things we can control and cannot. That's the thing that sets us apart from animals. Control. We are in control of most of our bodies, I guess, most of our instincts, at least now. Maybe not back then, but grape is no longer acceptable. Not that grape ever was acceptable. Not an excuse anymore to go around being, oh, you know, my balls are hard, so let me just empty them out into this woman. Like, no, you are a human being. You are supposed to have control. You can control how you are treating other people, and you can control what your body wants you to do for the most part, if that makes sense. I'm more so talking about instincts and how this woman felt like she had motherly instincts, but in her brain, she didn't want children. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know, she didn't have to be so sad with where she was. Like, she can go volunteer at a daycare, she can foster children, she can adopt children. You don't have to have kids to use up those motherly instincts. But, I mean, if you are a nihilist and you somehow feel that life is meaningless, kind of like me, there's no reason to not enjoy it, or to at least try to enjoy it. There are still things that you can do here that might bring you some joy. Play some video games, drugs, I don't know, like, what do you like to do? That is up to you to define what's meaningful to you. And I guess in a way that's kind of freeing, you know? If nothing matters, we don't need to uphold all of these rules that aren't working for us. For example, I grew up in a Christian family, which is, I guess, why I'm so vocal against my dislike for Christianity. Is it personal? Yes, it's personal. My dad tried to force me to go to church every week, told me I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do on a Saturday. I was a kid, and I spent most of my week going to school, waking up early, going to school, doing homework, and then I wanted to enjoy my motherfucking weekend, okay? Just wanted to sleep in. That was all I wanted. I couldn't even sleep in on Saturdays. No jewelry, no movies, no fun. Old elders at church used to tell us, no playing on Sabbath. Where in the Bible do they say that you cannot play on Sabbath? I mean, yes, it says to rest. On the seventh day, he rested. I couldn't sleep in. Is that not resting? A lot of rules, a lot of regulations that made me hate life as a kid. And I guess I hate it a little less now that I have a say in what I want and can do with my time. I already have a whole dislike for Christianity. Not because of, well, I mean, other Christians, yes, they can be problematic. I grew up in it. This is not coming from nowhere. I grew up in a Christian household. There was one point in my life where I believed in Jesus Christ. And if Jesus Christ were alive, I don't know if he is or not. He doesn't speak to me. Maybe that's why the last guy disliked my video. I don't know. The Old Testament and the New Testament are so vastly different. We have an angry God who punishes everybody and people get stoned. And if your ancestors did something horrible, that responsibility also falls onto you somehow, even though you had nothing to do with it, which also goes into, I guess, why people who like to to say, oh, you know, it was my ancestors who did the slavery and all that, but it wasn't me, so why does the blame fall upon me? I agree with that. The blame does not fall on you. It's all about just recognizing your privilege. Not that there's any privilege in this case about people getting diseases and getting cursed because of their ancestors. I'm twisting this up a little. My mind it's a chaotic place. That's why I've devoted my life to art, because nothing else can contain this brain, not even my own cranium. Do you see how big this forehead is? I'm not insecure about it anymore, though. I used to get called big forehead all the time. Kids used to make fun of me for my forehead. My dad was like, what are you upset about? Fool? Means you got a big brain. I don't know how true that is. It's nothing I can do about it, so embrace it. I embrace it. What am I gonna do? Get surgery to make my forehead smaller? No. And so I don't want to spend the rest of my life hating it. So I'm just gonna embrace it. Yes, my forehead is a bit large. Is it a 5 head? I believe it's a 5 head. It doesn't matter. It's my forehead. I accept it. Acceptance doesn't always have to mean love, but I do love it. It's me. It's a part of me. Acceptance it's hard for a lot of people. I'm not saying it was easy for me to accept everything that's going on in my life. You know how I feel about complacency. Acceptance and complacency are 2 different things. That's why they're 2 different words, okay? Complacence can be seen as you being happy with something. Acceptance is a journey. I've accepted the way that I am. By all means, I am not perfect. I have issues. I say this in all my videos. I am a mess. A hell of a mess. Life is a learning process. I am here to grow. Yes, grow. I am here to grow. Grow, live, and learn. Yes, learn as much as possible about this world before I leave it. I highly doubt I will change my mind on the decision to not pull kids into this, because can I look back upon my life and say that it was worth living? Not really. But like I said, I'm here. Life is okay. It's okay. I love nature. I love going on hikes. I love snow. I love watching the rain fall outside. I like thunderstorms. I don't really care for beaches, but I grew up on the islands, so it's overrated to me. I'm privileged enough to say that. I'm well aware. I've got to travel a lot as a kid. That makes me very privileged. A lot of people don't get to leave. Some people never get to leave where they grew up. There are some people who hate traveling, which is understandable. Live your life how you want to. If you don't want to travel, that's okay. But I guess it's just nice to see how the rest of the world is functioning, how other people are living their lives. It opens your mind a bit. If you've stayed in one place all your life, it definitely opens your mind. It can be uncomfortable, and being uncomfortable is also a good way to grow. I was reading a post today on Reddit about how suffering shouldn't have to be. Do we need to suffer to appreciate life? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do we need to suffer to be happy? Do we need to suffer to actually appreciate life? I don't think so. The phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, exists for a reason. If you can survive something and you can learn from it, it might make you stronger. But at the end of the day, it's not how it has to be. I feel like I would still be able to appreciate everything around me, even without the suffering. And if I didn't, then life isn't all that great anyways. But why does suffering always have to be into play? I suffered, so you should suffer. Suffer this, suffer that. Oh, suffering is necessary for us to be able to experience happiness. There's no positive without negative. I don't know. Let me know what you think. This person got $115 in their... Okay. It sure doesn't. You have more money than most people in the world. Congratulations on your wealth. There's so much that you can do with that money, and don't worry about how you spend it because, you know, nothing matters. Well, I care and I'm conscious, which sucks. Being conscious means I want to survive, and I can't survive with 0.00. So I literally can't spend this on anything other than junk food. It's half of my car insurance, I suppose. Some groceries, I guess it's the same thing as junk food. We struggling out here these days. Everybody's struggling. Even people who are making decent money, and they still can't. Like, I don't know if it's bad spending habits or if it's just the fact that everything is so goddamn expensive right now. People cannot afford to live. The most basic thing that we are all doing right now, living, can't afford to do it. That needs to change. We need to help people. We need to come together collectively and start changing these laws. And some of you believe that there's no point in voting, and I can understand that. I do understand that it might feel pointless, you might feel helpless, you might feel like you're not changing anything. I don't know, maybe in a way you're right, but I feel like people overlook voting in the primaries, which is very important. And your local elections, you know, vote for what you want to change in your state. It's not just about the presidency. It's not about just voting for who's going to be the president of America. That's just one job. There are other jobs in your states that need to be filled. Do your research and make sure that you have people on the ballot that are representing your interests. Don't worry about the presidential election. You should vote in those too, but primaries are just as important. You get to decide who gets to be on that ballot. Please vote specifically in your primaries. minorities. I understand again if you don't feel like it's doing anything, but I suppose it's better than doing nothing. And I do believe that voting can change things. If all of us go in together and put our votes in, because there's still people who just don't vote. They don't vote like ever. Our ancestors fought for the right to vote. Women, minorities, people of color. Our ancestors, they fought for us to vote. And I guess it was in vain because nobody wants to vote anyways. It's sad, but I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. I am big on voting, but again, I can completely understand why you might feel like it doesn't do any good in this world. I say it's better to try than to not do anything at all and just sit at home and complain. If you like to protest, go out and protest. You gotta do something, even if it's just signing a petition. Be active, be informed, be willing to change things. Don't just live in a bubble and believe that everything is okay because you are okay. I mean, I'm glad that you're okay. One less person out here hating life. Stay aware. And if living in a bubble helps you get through life, that's okay too. It didn't help me, but my mom at least taught me to question everything. There are no stupid questions. Question everything. How the fuck are you supposed to bear existence when you're severely depressed, but also too scared to commit sewer slide? I am at my wit's end. I am an alcoholic, and my entire existence could be summed up as I exist as a wage slave in order to afford alcohol, which makes my pointless existence more bearable because I'm too scared to commit sewer slide. Please don't suggest stupid shit like SSRIs and therapy. No therapist or medication will make me believe life isn't inherently pointless and just a fucking circus where the only winners are the 1% and we, the worthless slaves, have to pay for their lifestyles. No amount of exercise and hobbies will make this reality not true. Not to mention the overwhelming amount of personal/family problems. I wished every day I could just find the courage to end my miserable existence, but I'm too much of a fucking Beyonce to end myself. My thanatophobia doesn't help either. It's getting harder to hide my alcoholism from my family, and I'm worried they will find out. Fuck me! Holy shit, I wish I was never born. I find myself considering hiring a hitman to take me out at any point, so I'm not on edge about dying. I feel like that sometimes. I feel you, man. But not the hitman. This guy says, this is hard to read, but I'm the same. I deeply hate hustle culture and money too. I don't know where to move from there. And this person said, move to the woods. I can't stand hustle culture. You need to work your ass off. Barely meeting ends meet, and that's your fault. You're not hustling enough. Get you some side hustles to top off your 60-hour work week because you are not working enough. I hate hustle culture. Why should I have to hustle if I'm already working? Why doesn't my job just pay me livable wages? A lot of whys. Why? Hustle culture. Self-help. Motivation videos. Oh god, I hate motivation videos. Nobody's gonna motivate me but me, okay? I am the only person who can motivate myself. You cannot motivate me to do anything. I am not motivated by money, unfortunately. That's why I'm poor and trying to make it on YouTube. I am not money motivated. I don't care. There was a study done or some article I read where people don't really care about the money. Like we do, but we don't. If my quality of life is better at a lower paying job, I'm going to stick with a lower paying job. I work remote right now. Thank God. Thank the heavens. I'm so grateful for my remote job right now. It has made me appreciate my life a lot more because the commute was cancerous. I hated getting up every morning. Driving in Florida is, it's a problem. You cannot go a day without somebody pulling out in front of you like they don't see you. Somebody doing some stupid shit on the road. I hate driving here. This is probably not my best introduction to driving since I got my driver's license from the state. Living in Florida has completely turned me off from driving. If I can never do it again, I will not complain. But sadly, if I live in America, that's just how I get around unless I go live in New York City. America does not emphasize public transportation. Is America big and large? Yes. I don't know what America's problem is, but we don't have good public transportation. If you take a bus to work, it's gonna take you double the time if you're lucky. More like triple the time. Yeah, double the time if you're lucky to get to work on a bus. It's a lot. I hate driving. Yes, especially driving in this state. My God. I-4 was listed one of the most dangerous highways in America. I can understand why. It's like an accident on that highway every other day. It's like, who's handing out these driver's licenses? Who handed out these driver's licenses? Who told these people they could drive? Who thought it was a good idea to hand out a driver's license to this friggin' person who doesn't know how to check their goddamn mirrors? But yes, hustle culture. I don't want it. Keep it to yourself. You found some way to become financially independent by having 5 different income streams on top of your 60-hour full-time job. Good for you, I guess. I don't want it. I'm not interested. Work is not fulfilling to me. I don't care if that's lazy to you guys. I don't care. Work is not fulfilling to me. Wake up every day and make money for the man. The man. Make money for the man. Yeah, I mean, if you like it, like I said, ain't nothing gonna change for a while. I'll probably die a wage slave with like 10 years of retirement if I'm lucky, because the way they be raising this retirement age, like, I don't know, man. They're gonna try to get up to 90 one day. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And this should be depressing sometimes. It do be. I'm really just stuck here on this planet without an out. You don't even have the right to die. That is the only thing that is guaranteed to us when we are born into this life. Death. And we don't even get to choose when we can die, when we want to die. Thankfully now, people with serious illnesses are suffering and we don't even have much of a chance to live. Now have assisted euthanasia? Yes, I know help is available. I don't want it. Please, if you need someone to talk to, go to therapy. Go to therapy if you know that you need help. But nobody can tell me to feel happy now that I know that this life, I'm just stuck here. I'm stuck. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. Sue me. Sue me of 0 money that I have because I don't want to work. I don't know a lot of things. That's life. The more you see, the less you know. And people who think they know everything, sure as hell don't know everything. That's a red flag to me if you're out here telling people, oh, well, I know everything. I know for sure what I know. I don't think anything in this life is absolute or an end all. There's always room for a gray area, except for grape, racism, homophobia. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that are debatable, controversial. You know, there are certain things that are not debatable. You're just a horrible person if you think there's something to defend about being racist or misogynistic. This in general about like our whole entire existence. Like, if you are religious and you think that what you believe is an end all to everything, you're never open to hearing other perspectives or what other people have to say or what other people believe in, then you definitely don't know everything. Anywho, guys, it's upside down. This just progressively keeps getting worse. I go through like 2-3 slides and then get carried away talking about something I'm passionate about, but I guess that's the point of this channel. I'm supposed to be passionate about what I'm talking about. Guess it's a bit of a shorter episode for this week. Sorry if this episode was a little depressing. This is a safe space, like I said, so if you guys would like to talk about anything or have me talk about anything, let me know in the comments. I appreciate you all for being here on this planet we call Earth. Let's make it a great place to live for everybody. That's what I'm trying to advocate here. My religion is love and understanding. Much love to you all. Stay safe and stay open. This is why I don't do stupid shit.